I got back from Thailand after a month of beaches, temples, and the best sleep I'd had in years, only to find that my house had been sold. Not rented out, not burglarized. Sold. While I was gone, I stood on my own front porch, suitcase in hand, staring at a lock that wasn't mine. The door opened, and this middle-aged couple looked at me like I was the intruder. "Can I help you?" the woman asked, her tone polite but firm. "Yeah," I said, half laughing. "This is my house. I live here." The man stepped forward like he was bracing for a confrontation. "Sir, we bought this place 3 weeks ago, through an HOA foreclosure. We have the documents." And sure enough, he showed me a folder. My name on the deed transfer as former owner. I thought it had to be a scam or prank, but it wasn't. My house had actually been sold while I was snorkeling off the coast of Phuket. I didn't even get mad at them. They were just caught in the middle. But I was panicking. My clothes, laptop, artwork, even my grandfather's watch, all gone. My life erased. The worst part, it wasn't some random scammer. It was the woman who was supposed to watch my house, Cheryl Darby, our HOA president, the clipboard queen. The same woman I had told in person, "Hey Cheryl, I'm going to be out of the country for a month, but my lawn's taken care of. The bills are paid, the cameras are on." She smiled, nodded, said, "Of course. We'll keep an eye on things." Yeah. She kept an eye, all right, then stabbed it with a pen and forged my signature. So I did what any fried, jet-lagged American would do. I went to my friend Ron's place down the street, told him the whole story in one long ramble. His wife, bless her, handed me a cup of coffee I couldn't even drink. She said 2 weeks after I left, a moving truck showed up, and Cheryl told everyone I'd taken a job overseas and had to sell quick. Even sent out an HOA email. The weirdest part? Nobody really questioned it, because Cheryl had paperwork. Ron pulled up the HOA notice, $15,000 in unpaid fines. For what? Lawn violations. Unauthorized satellite dish. Hazardous trash conditions, all completely made up. I had professional lawn care scheduled. I had no satellite dish. I wasn't even in the country. I sat there, staring at the phone like it might explain this insanity. It didn't. The next morning, Ron and I went down to the county records office, and let me tell you, those people do not move fast. But once the clerk started printing, the stack just kept coming. Fake violations, a fake lien, forged signatures, foreclosure, and then a deed transfer to the couple now living in my home. That's when I called Brent Cole, a real estate attorney. He looked at the papers, then at me, and said, "You've been robbed, but I think we can win." Now, Cheryl didn't just sell my house. She auctioned off everything inside it, too. My couch, my office setup, my art, my childhood baseball cards. Gone. Sold to neighbors for pennies at a quick auction. She only posted on a bulletin board for 48 hours. And the notary who signed off on the papers worked at the same office as Cheryl's sister. And yeah, she admitted she never saw me sign anything. Said Cheryl told her it was just helping out a neighbor. You starting to see the pattern? Then came the twist. Ron mentioned my case to Glenn, our HOA treasurer. Nervous guy. Always looked like he was one clipboard away from a panic attack. Glenn asked to meet in private, at a coffee shop outside the neighborhood. He slid me a flash drive and said, "I've been tracking the HOA funds on my own. The numbers don't add up. Cheryl's been siphoning money. And your foreclosure, it's not the first one." Turns out, 3 other homes had been sold under the same exact conditions. Owners out of town, sudden fines, quiet auctions, fast paperwork. No one fought back. One woman was in assisted living, another family got stationed overseas, and one guy was mid-divorce and just gave up. But I wasn't backing down. Brent took everything to the DA's office, and I called a local news station, told them everything. 2 nights later, there I was, on the evening broadcast, standing outside my stolen home. The story blew up. Former neighbors reached out. Past HOA board members. One woman named Carol emailed me saying Cheryl did the exact same thing to her 2 years ago. Just took her house while she was visiting her sick sister. Carol sent over her records. More fake violations. Same forged signatures. We were connecting the dots fast. Then, boom. Live footage. Police outside the HOA community center. Cheryl in handcuffs, screaming about property values while being shoved into the back of a cruiser, still wearing her little HOA badge like it meant anything. "This is a misunderstanding," she shouted. But nobody was buying it, not even the judge. Days later, a court voided the sale and ordered the Millers to vacate. They were heartbroken, but cooperative. They even brought back my grandfather's watch. They'd bought it at the auction, not knowing. And Cheryl? She pled guilty. Fraud, forgery, embezzlement, identity theft. You name it. Facing 15 to 20 years, no parole for at least 12. Turns out she ran the same scheme in 2 other communities before moving here. The state's already drafting new legislation to restrict HOA power. They're calling it the Cheryl Act. I got my house back, but not my stuff. It's empty now. Cold. Quiet. I walk through the rooms, and the echo sounds like loss. But it's mine again. And Cheryl? She lost more than a house. She lost her freedom, her reputation, and every ounce of control she clung to like a badge. The craziest part? This only happened because I fought back. The others didn't. They couldn't. And that's not a knock on them. It's just how overwhelming this system is when someone weaponizes it. So now I'm rebuilding, one piece at a time. And maybe, just maybe, my story makes one HOA president think twice before pulling something like this again. Now I've got to ask you, what do you think? Do HOAs have too much power? Should there be tighter laws? Or is it on us to keep watch? Drop a comment. Tell me your story. Because if this can happen to me, it can happen to anybody.